Have you ever wondered why Thais are always willing to help other people or even animals in need? I gotta tell you, I can't answer that right away. Because honestly, I'm like the fish in the pond. I grew up in this environment and have lived in it my whole life. But let me share with you what life is like for everyday Thai people. First, we live in a sharing culture. Classic example, food. In each family, there's always a bunch of food. You've got rice from your own paddy field, veggies and fruits growing in the backyard. You have plenty of it. And it's just too much for just your family. And you share it. And it's not just food, right? We also share resources and labor because in the past, harvesting rice required a lot of hands. So you rely on your neighbors to help out in the field, and helping each other was just part of life. Second, we also live in a community-based culture. We always look out for each other. Imagine living in a small village where there are only a few households. So you depend on one another and you come to see your neighbors as part of your family. So when someone needs help, you offer it because you receive help when it's your turn. And this also ties into the idea of collectivism versus individualism. In Thailand, we lean more toward collectivism. And you see it in everyday life, like when someone faints on the BTS or is struggling in public, we just can't stand by and watch someone suffer, which is something very different from individualistic cultures where people are more used to the idea of you look after yourself. And in those societies, it's more normal not to rely on others too much or even to avoid stepping in just in case something goes wrong. And in fact, in some countries, people are afraid they might get sued for helping. For example, in China, there have been cases where people who try to help the elderly after a fall were later blamed for causing the injury. And this has made many people hesitant to get involved just in case it backfires. Or even in Japan, where people are famously polite and considerate, but social boundaries and fear of legal or social consequences can make people cautious about interfering in others' personal matters, even if help is clearly needed. But in Thailand, it's often the opposite. We'd rather risk getting involved than stand by and do nothing. Because helping is instinctive, not something we hesitate to calculate. And of course, there's Buddhism. We believe in the concept of bun or punya in Pali. Bun is kind of happiness. Like scientifically, you might say it's the endorphin you feel after doing something good. But spiritually, we believe bun is something we carry into our next lives. Yes, reincarnation. And it will bring positive effects like avoiding too much hardship in the next lives. So helping others, it's happiness times two. So that's my theory about why Thais are so helpful and why we just can't ignore someone in need. What do you think about the side of Thai people? Or do you have any other theories? Let me know in the comments.